Yeah, hey Bruce, Chris Chapman, Fox Sports Las Vegas postgame show. The Arvidsson goal, just what did you see on that? I know you challenged it, and how frustrating was it? Because there was a play earlier in the period where Pickard was kind of laying on the puck and it seemed like they blew the whistle a little early, and then on the Arvidsson goal, they gave a little leeway, it seemed.
I think they're in better position on the Skinner or the Pickard one. I don't think they're in position to see the puck and then they'll end up losing sight of it, not sure where it is by then. The whistle should have went. It's under his pad, right? Like that's what should have happened there, and there'd be no need to challenge. There'd be no need for anything. It's just face off, but they didn't blow the whistle, so we challenged it. The game clearly wasn't going our way. Thought we might get the call there. We wouldn't have challenged it. It was still way too early for a hope play. So a little disappointed the way the whole thing worked out. That's the call. You move on. I thought we responded better after that. We killed the penalty, started to play better.
You guys clinch a playoff spot, 7 out of 8 years for the organization. That's 3 straight years for you. Just what does it say about the team and the organization?
Well, for the continuity, it's a credit to everyone up top, right? They've put a great product on the ice every year, and I just feel like in the organization, people have done their jobs for the most part. They missed 1 year, but I know it was the year before I got here, so still paying attention, but there was a lot of injuries, a lot of adversity, and they missed by, a point or two, so, you're still right there. So they've identified talent. The talent is produced on the ice. The players have played well. I think the coaches have been here, have all done a good job with the players. So that's a product of a little bit of everything, right? People behind the scenes, people at the forefront. 3 years in a row, well, that's our objective here. I think, this team is, to me, a playoff team and should be in the playoffs. So we're going to, we're going to be happy we're in, but that's not our ultimate goal, right? Nor should it be. So, especially a night like tonight, we'd rather done it with a win. So tomorrow we'll appreciate that. I mean, it's 74 games of hard work to get there, so it didn't happen overnight. The guys should be proud because it doesn't happen every year. There's teams that are close and miss, so it's not automatic. But our expectation is we'll be there and compete for the cup, and I'd like to think this year will be, a year where we'll do that.
Paul and Dom.
Hey Bruce, Paul Little Santos, NHL.com. What makes Nick Waugh a good fit on the Saad Dorofeyev line? Because that line is just, those two, Saad and Dorofeyev, have been playing really well. What makes him a good fit in absence of Hurdle?
Well, he's got some similarities to Hurdle, so I'll use that as a comparison because that line was going really well. It's not always easy to pinpoint. Like a lot of times, you go through lines, you think something might work and it doesn't, and all of a sudden they get thrown together and they just read off each other well. So there's a little bit of that. Chemistry develops through the players that just see the game with each other or communicate better with certain players. So I think Nick is a big body that likes to carry the puck through the neutral zone in the middle of the ice. He's not an outside speed guy, so that the two wingers are basically playing with a center that's similar to that does play inside the dots a lot. And then we'll kick out pucks at the right time. They have a down-low game. I think that Nick's always been good below the circles. That's always been kind of his calling card here. Not saying he's not good on the rush, but it's been more offensively tilted with puck possession down low because he's long and he can hang on to it, the willingness to hang on to it. So I think that's probably the biggest reason. Those guys are both going well too, so it's a little bit of Nick just, hey, he's been here all year. He's watched what Thomas has done and try to bring a little bit of that, but still playing to his strengths. So I think that's the biggest reason.
Hey, Bruce, in the back, Dominic Laval with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. With 8 games left, you already clinched a playoff spot. I wonder what some things you've seen your team do that you want them to improve on down the stretch heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, we've been going pretty well. So today, if you look at today, we didn't play for 20 minutes in the second. It caught us, right? It caught up to us. If we could have just had a B game, right? We talked about this a lot. There's A and B games. I liked our start. First period was good. We get ourselves in some penalty trouble. And you have to weather the storm against good teams. One goal can't become 2 or 3, right? And that's what I think happened earlier in the year where we got ourselves in trouble. We fixed that. Today we didn't get out of the second period well enough. And so that's the learning for today. The third period, we got back to our game, played better, got a greasy goal by going to the net. So some of those things you do to get out of those stretches of periods, we didn't do well enough. We mismanaged pucks almost the entire period, including the third goal, that if we make a stronger play on the breakout, we're probably not talking about a challenge or whatever. So it's on us to be better there. But that's what happened in the second period. We weren't clean with the puck. We didn't accept what was in front of us. We allowed Edmonton to get to their game, find their game and transition against us. We just spent way too much time on our own end.
Last one, Ken. Ken here, Brent.
Ken Bulkey, Cinnamon.Vegas. How'd you think the Eichel line did against Draisaitl and company?
It wasn't their best tonight for Jack and Stoney and Barbie. Just wasn't their night. I liked them at the end, obviously. They had a good push. I mean, they want to make a difference every night. Tonight, they weren't able to do that as much as they normally will. They weren't matched up against Draisaitl all night. We used different people. I think the first goal, they were out there with it, but trying to think of that's a D-zone coverage, right? It got rotated around. We're a little late rotating, and it was a good shot. Shot from the outside, again, that we will give up at times with too much time. So that's how I thought they were, but they certainly weren't the reason, we didn't come out with points. There was a lot of different things that happened tonight, and that's the way I saw it.